since. It's not recording since. Okay, I'll just do like a brief summary for those that might not be here because I forgot to record. And you guys not remind me, but it's on me, Sha. So basically, for those that will be watching this later on, we are building a front-end mentors challenge or a project from friend on mentor. So to get this project file, just simply come on front-end mentor. This is a particular challenge we are building. So you can download the starter file, then you zip it like we did yesterday. If you saw the class of yesterday, then you know how to zip and unzip. Once you zip and unzip it, then you open your VS Code. Once you open your VS Code, then you have this particular layout. I'll make this available for us on GitHub, so you can compare and contrast. If you miss anything, then let me know. But this is it basically. There's no thing to it.
I have a question.
Yeah, go on, answer.
What's it called? Font that you downloaded.
You
I
said
noticed that the font that you downloaded, is it the name of the font? I forgot. Was it popping, something like that? The font, is it over?
Overpass.
Yes, yes.
it's overpass. Yesterday's
Yeah,
was
yeah. Please, can you just go through the step how to get that thing? I didn't get it.
to us again. So if you hold control, you press click to carry you to the site, basically. So this is like Google Fonts. Google Fonts houses like one of the, it's like the home to many type of fonts. Any font you're looking for, you find it here. So after doing that, so let me just remove it. So I have like my family is empty now. I don't have any font here. So what I'll do is I'll just come here, browse fonts, then type overpass. So overpass with the type of use. This overpass, you click on it. Then you say get font. So if you get font, automatically it gives you these two options. So you can download, then you use it as like a file in your code. You can just get embedded code. With the embedded code, you have two options. You have the option to add to your HTML, or you have the import option to add to your CSS. Personally, I prefer this. Then you can also do this for whatever reason you want to. So if you copy, just come and add it here, your head of your HTML. In the head here, you just add it here. But if you're using the import, then you can copy what you have here, copy it like this, excluding the style. Then you come add it on top. So it should be the first thing you're adding on top of your file. So that's how you get your fonts family. Is that right?
Thank you, it's clear.
So after that now, so let's see what we have on our site. Let's go to our site and see. So yes, we have this. It's pretty ugly. So let's add the style and let's see what comes of it. So let's go on. So I'm focusing on our style now. So I'll be splitting this into two halves. So let's track what we have. So like I said, it's very essential you do your global resets, and I explained why in the last class. If you missed it, then I'll explain it again. Box size, box. So these three lines of code are essential in CSS because it resets your margin. So I'll do this and I'll show you guys with or without. So I'll comment it out now. I want you guys to notice what happens. Automatically, yeah, there's like this space around the edge, if you notice, which is not supposed to be. But why it is because every element has like a natural or a default margin attached to it. So to remove all those margin and to make your work like as plain or as clean as possible, you have to do this. So if you do this now, I will go back to our code. You see everything is now like at the edge. There's no large space. So the margins and the paddings and all the border boxes are set to 0. So if we need to do anything now, we'll do it by ourselves. So that's by the way. So first off, let's comment this one out. So let's focus on one. Let's comment this one out. So don't get confused. Let's comment it out. Then if you are done with this, then we want to reverse the case and also focus on the second one. So for this now, let's look at our image again. Where's our image? Let's open our image. So we have this basically. So I will have our background color. Then we have this particular card in the middle. So let's go to our body. So this time our body do the font family. Let's do that first. Font family. Let's say overpass. Pass. Then I explained why we are adding this comma sans serif. Who can explain it to me yesterday? I told us why we are adding this.
In case the browser did not get overpowered, so it can switch to sans serif.
We fall back. We fall back from. So regardless of what happens, if your browser does not have the overpass, then just use this as default. So there's no how, no how, because this is a font family on its own. Every browser has like sans serif font family in it. Or if you are specific, then you do this. If you doesn't see this, then you use this. So with that now, let's see. Our color is let's see what very dark blue is. So let's do background color. As we have in JavaScript, if you have a variable, then you dash dash very dark. Then let's see our width is 100 width. So we are saying the body of our page should take the whole size of our screen. So also for the height should take whole size. So I'm using view width and view height here. And I explained that to us yesterday in class. So let's go back and check. Yes, we are getting there. We have the color correctly now. So what we need to do now is to focus on the card. So let's get the card and let's bring it to the middle. So for the card, we have, let me zoom in. We have this happening here. So I'm guessing the other color will be this light blue or this dark blue. So let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to make this easier for us. Okay, you know what happened? Let me bring this out. So I'll seclude this section here. Just work on it and I'll add this. So this will just be our main content. So I'll come here and I'll just say main. The reason why. I'll say main and let's say our main has a background color of variable dash dash. So let's confirm it. Yes. So we have that. If you can see it, we have like a slight variation up. So what we need to do now is to bring it to the middle. And to do that, like I explained yesterday, we have to use our display. So you can use grid for it. Let me see if I still remember the grid function. So display grid, this contents, I think, sure, extract out. I mostly use flex, but this is another way to place your item in the center. Let's check. Yes, it worked. So this is more shorter compared to the display flex, align items, center, justify content center. So you can just do this. So this is another way of placing item in the center. So I'm giving you guys tips and tricks. So you can do this if you want. You can also do, so I'll comment this one out. Let's see. And you can come and say display flex, align items, justify content center. So we have the same result, but with one line of code extra. So depend on the one you remember first or the one that is most more comfortable for you that you do. So let's just use this. I'll keep this in the code in case you guys want to get access to it. So let's go back to and see our picture. Our picture here is, as you note, there's like a width to it. Let's give it a width because there's this width happening. So let's say the width is, we're not sure because we don't have a Figma file. Most likely tomorrow I'll try and get a Figma file so we can work from Figma. And you guys will have like life experience of what it means to work on Figma. So let's just give it a width of let's say 30 rem. Or let me do one conversion here. Let me say please. Let's do 23 rem. Let's do rem and let's give it heights. Height. Let's leave height. Let's put check. Let's see. Let's see. Is it too small? I don't know, it's too small to my eyes. Let's increase it a bit. Let's make it 25. Let's see. This is fair. Let's leave it at 25. If it doesn't work, then we can always adjust. So we have this now. So what we need to do now is to add padding, then the color. So let's give the padding, let's say padding, padding 1.5 rem. Yes. Then we have
I noticed something that you did not give it height, only width.
I didn't
Is
give
it,
it height.
is it if you give it height, anything will go wrong or it doesn't matter?
So there are cases where you might need to give. I will give height to this particular one right here. But for now, I'll explain to you why. So let's say, for instance, now I give it a height. Let me assume I give it height of 20 rem. Just assume it. Okay? And if you see now, if let me just duplicate this for test purpose. I'll duplicate this later. What do you notice now? This particular height is fixed, but our content is overflowing. And that's like one of the issues with having height specifically at first. Do you understand? So it's best to build. Then once you see like the structure of your component or your item, basically, then you make adjustment with height. But starting off and giving it height on the first go, it might be dangerous in the sense that if your content is more than the defined height, then you have an issue. But now I'll remove the height. And let's go back to add So let's see now. If you notice now, it accommodated the content and it didn't overflow. Do you understand? So first off, just hold on the height first. Then after sorting everything out, then adjust the height. Is that clear?
Excuse me, sir, please. What about giving a minimum height that can be able to fit the content? As the content is increasing, the height will also be increasing.
Let's see. Your mean height is let's go back to the now. So goes on. It works this way, but there's a downside to it. And let's say, for instance, now, yeah, and still on base here, this is like a personal preference. Do you understand? And why I don't really like giving height at first go is, I'm not saying it's like a bad idea, basically, yeah. But in some structure, in some layouts, height might affect everything like on the long run. Do you understand? Make sure that you have like the structure first. You can practically do works because as you can see, it's accommodating our content. And if I add more, let's add more. Come here. Let's add more. First, that accommodate our content. But now let's make it like extremely high. Still does the same thing. This works basically, but personally, I'll just prefer us working first. Then after doing what we need to do, then we can define our height limits.
Yeah, right, sir, because it also has its own disadvantages. Because even if your content is not up to that, automatically your height will be at that 20 men.
If you want to make it better, you have to use the height of the height. Now we adjust.
But there's like a short.
I was trying to say that I concur with you. Like I agreed with what you said. Like what you said is just the best.
You can use fit content. Yes, content. So what this does is, regardless of what happens here,
I did not hear the things you said before this last one. You can use, I didn't get that part, sorry.
I said this particular value fits content. So without defining your height, what happens is it takes the height of all your content and give this many heights. So for instance, now I'm giving the height now fit content. If I remove this, so let me go ahead and remove this now. Let's just remove this. And let's go back. If you notice, our height like takes the content of what is inside the box. I go on and add plenty, like it does fit in perfectly. Do you understand? You can use the fit content. If you are keen on height, you can use the fit content. So what happens is it takes your content into consideration, accommodates everything, giving it like the required height. So this is like another way you can if you are fixed on height. Personally, I just want to build first. Then there's need for height, then I'll add height. Is that fair? So I'll just comment this one out and
Yes.
let's go on. So we have this already. So what we need to do now is we need to so this our image has like this cyclic thing, this cycle thing going on in the background, and also the text. So let's focus on the text first. So let's see the text. So we have H1. Let's come see H1, and let's see our H1 color is white. Color white. Nice. Let's use 3. Yeah. Let's check. It's too big. Let's use 3 to protect further. See. This is what happens when you don't have design. You have to just keep going and going and going and going. And going. But there's a design now, you know that there's a fixed height for it. So let's check again. Let's check our design. See. I don't think it's that big. So let's use 1.5. See. 5. Let's check. Too small. Let's use 2 area. Let's see. I think this is okay, basically. And let's see. So what I prefer doing, so for instance, now we have 2 items here. You have the image and you have the paragraph. I also have this H1. So instead of giving this one padding bottom, then come here and give some padding bottom again, what you can just do is give this H1 like a padding top and bottom. So let's come and say our H1 has a padding. So imagine, and let's give the top 2 area, left and right 0, then let's see 1 area. So what I've done now, I've added space between both of them. So instead of coming to the image and giving it a margin bottom and coming here, give it margin bottom, I've done that in one line. So it makes the code more readable and lesser line of CSS. So we've done this. Let's focus on our paragraph now. Paragraph color will be white also. White. We use opacity like we did yesterday, opacity 0.9. Mind you, can use 90% too. It works both ways. Yes, we can do this. So let's compare. So the offering is as feedback. Let's see what we have here. The offering is as feedback. Yes, we are on track. But the color is somehow faint. So let's check our color palette. Let's see what we have in our color palette. So let's use light gray. I think that's what they used. So I remove this, change this to dash light gray. So let's check. Yes, this is more like it. This is more like it. So what we can do now is let's check our design again. So what's left now is to style this button or this particular numbers here before adding the button. So let's do our numbers. So we have our ratings. So let's start with ratings. Let's do ratings. And with that, we can say display flex, align items, add content. Let's give gap of this sorry. And let's see what we have. Yes, we have this. But it's we still need to space it out, basically. So let's first of all treat this dot. So we're using a list item. That list item now, just target your list item. So let's see for our list item, list style to remove those dots. So if you use list style now, then you don't see the dots anymore. So those black stuff are gone. So if you want to remove it, that's just like the way to remove it. Comment this out and check. You can see the dots here. So you go back to your code and you comment it and check now. You see it's gone. So this one is unfilled. So let's see what we need to do again. So what we need to do is to we need to give it. So there's like this box and it's this a box with border radius of 50%. Let's see. Let's give it a width. Let's say width 3 rem, height 3 rem, then border radius 50%. So what this does is it makes it cyclic. Let's check our design. Let's see. We can't see it now. So let's add them back. background color, and let's do for testing purposes, let's just use white. Just the color later. This is what we have. Yes, we have this. So we need to put our item in the center. So let's come and say display flex, line items, 5 contents. See. Yes, they're in the center. I'm not pleased with the it's not a set. Let's see. So you can use your specs for this. So let's use it to treat this.
This circle is as if it's not perfect circle, as if it's longer in height than.
Yes.
It
So
looks like an oval, like a sphere.
So I'm going to adjust that height. So I'm in the timing at the same time. I'm on the console now. So I'm going to use our console to check how we can affect the programming. So let's say 2.8. So once it's we use here to check once it's perfect. So we have 2.8. Let's use 2.7. See 2.5, 0.6.
2.7 was okay, I think.
2.8 was fine.
I think this is
2.7 was better, is better.
This is
Or 2.75. 2.7 was a good match. The best, well, from my view, 2.7 was.
No, it's looking compressed a little bit.
2.8 is better.
2.8 was fine.
Yes, this looks better.
Well, anything goes, but 2.7 was the exact this thing, except I'm wrong.
You can't be sure. You can't say it's the exact because you don't have a few. So we are just trying to. But you guys get the idea, Sha, just to make it a cycle.
Well, it's a gift, Sha, to see things on estimate.
So let's give it margin. Let's use the same styles for each one. So we have margin here. So we have margin here, I have margin here. So let's just go back to our it is and see margin. Let's see 1.5 or top and bottom 0 or left hand. So let's check now. Yes, this is good to go. So all we need to do now is to go to our button. So for our button, it claims the total height. So let's start our button. So let's call them. So for the button, we have it's 100%. 100%. And we have then adding of, let's say, one area. Yeah. So I'll show you guys how easy it is when you're working with Figma. Like you don't have to do all this guessing and calculation on your head. No. Figma provides you with the value and it makes work very easy. So let's say background color, we have that. Then our text is you can also say font family inherits because most of the times your button does not also say font size area. And it's a bit thicker, so say font weight, let's use 600. 600. I'll give it also.
So that font family inherit, that means that you should use the font that have been set from the
From the body.
from the body. Okay. Thank you.
So, yes, we're almost there. So we need to give it let's say better and area. Let's come at it. Yes, we're almost there. But if you notice there's like this black thing going on the edge. How do we know it again? I made mention of that yesterday.
Is it outline or border?
Tell me.
Border. None.
Let's check now. Our border is not there. But I'm not satisfied with the heights in between them. So I'll increase this to area. To area. Let's see. Yes, works a bit, works well. Let's compare. Yes. So we need to adjust the color for this. So the color for the list item and also this particular rounded stuff. So let's go back and let's see color dash dash. That's great. Then the background also background has like let me see first. So it's a bit skeptical in it. So let's see. It seems the background has like the same color with what it has this particular, but it has like a shadow going on. That's why it's up. So let's practicalize it. Let's see. So let's say we have light gray. But with this now, we won't see this. Yes, it's not. Let's see. Dark blue. I mean, what's the color of our blue? Let's change this to dark blue then. Background dash.
I think they use opacity on that, you know.
Yes, the color is a bit. So let's copy this. Have an idea. Let's copy this. Okay, dark blue, rather. Let's copy the dark blue. Let's not copy the dark blue. Then we'll adjust the alpha. Where's it? It's here.
I think
So we'll adjust the
adding opacity will get
let's
okay.
adjust it a little bit higher here. Let's see what that. I'll go back and check. Yes, it works like this. I'll just put it a little bit higher again. Small. Let's check. Let's yes, it's better like this. So let's add more shadow. Let's do 0. Let's do 3 pixels. Let's do 3 pixels. And RGB 0, 0, 0, 0. Let's see. Yes, there's just a little shadow on it, which is like enough. So now we are done with this, at least to that extent. Because remaining our image, because we also have like something going on in the image. Check here.
The border
Something.
radius of the button.
Yes, we have something.
As
So let's replicate what we have here. So we just copy this. Here. So I'll just copy this too. Then we'll give our image, because we have two images basically. So let's give this a class. Let's say class, and let's say star. So let's come attack our star here. Say the star. Let's say area. Height 1.8 area. Let's put this color radius 50%. Let's check. We have to add the padding. Let's say padding. Let's do padding of an array. No, doesn't work. 0. Sorry, let's see. So doesn't contain. Let's increase this to 3. Let's increase this to 2.5. And let's see. Let's check. That's too much. Okay, let's go back to our this thing. Let's go back to our console. Once we get a perfect value for it, then we'll go back. So let's inspect. So this is like a perfect way also to like adjust your settings before copying the values to your stuff. So let's see what we have here. I would zoom this in. I'll zoom this in. So let's see what the issue. Let's check our. So let's see. 2 REM supposed to be enough. Let me change this to 2 REMs. Let's see, 2 REM. Works well. But the star itself is 2 REM. Let's check our pattern. So let's say 0.4. Let's see if 0.5 tends to work. Let's do 0.4. I think let's confirm this. I think this is okay. I mean,
Okay, but please, wait, I think I missed it at some point. This round one and the star inside, they were separate before, Abi? Or they are together? We are the one that I don't understand that part.
this particular one, is as you can see, it's just one image. You understand that? You have one image. But what we are doing is we are trying to replicate this. So if you notice, there's like I don't know if you can see this. Okay,
The
you can see
blurry
somehow
kind of.
there's like a background to it before the star. There's like something going on. So I'm trying to replicate that here. So my have to say
So you have a div that you made to be round, and you now put the image of the star inside, Abi?
I didn't do that.
No, ma'am, he just added a class of star, then began to code it. Star on the image source.
Okay, yes, okay, I understand. Star on the image, okay. Then the image was made to be in the center of the div, Abi?
You are doing well.
Okay.
My own
Yeah. I
look at
gave the
the
image the width, the height, basically. So this is what's like
Your voice is now low. It was okay before.
Your voice is low.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Better, sir. Thank you.
No problem. I'll try and speak up. So basically, I'm adding the width and the height here. So it's making it like
Okay.
this bigger. So this padding that I added now is what controls the size of the star inside. So we use 4.5, I think. So if I go back now, I have this. No, I've scattered it. I didn't save. Hold on, let's go again. It was perfect before I scattered it. Just put it, let's go again. So I was saying, yeah, so this particular, I was 2 REM. I think I was 2. Let's check.
Your words are breaking. I don't know, maybe it's network. Cannot hear you.
I was not speaking initially, that's why I can hear. Can you hear me now? I was not
Yeah, I can hear you now.
speaking now. So we've got our star. I think it's perfect. Not perfect, sure, but it's okay like this compared to how it was.
Yeah, you can work with it.
Yes, let's go on because let's not waste time on studying too much. So we've got our first card here. But we need to add some details, or no, to be an assignment. So that will be the details I want to add is just small details like active state. I'll give you
I
guys.
said that
I might do it initially. But let's just go.
Can you guys hear me?
So we have
Just
this.
our
We have this active state. So if you hover, this is what happens, and if you click on it, this is what happens. So let's go back to our CSS and do that. So we'll target our list item. Let's copy this, then come here and paste it. Then we'll do an hover. So this is what we did like yesterday. So we said the hover, we want the background color.
Yes, sir. Seriously, you are breaking, seriously. Like, someone can't actually hear you for 5 seconds. It will still break.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
Can you guys hear me now? Is it still breaking for 5 seconds?
I can hear you. Your voice is fine on my end.
But it's not fine on most people's end. Okay.
What they are saying is true. I think you need to go on commercial break for just a snack or something. I don't know.
Yes, and drink water.
Okay, let me drink water. Hold on for the commercial break. So what you play this? I'm coming back. Don't play this.
This is our lecture and our course.
I think that star was not in any div. It's standalone.
He has gone to take water.
I'm talking to you as I'm just talking to us
Yeah,
as a
that's
you.
I
Okay.
don't understand because
The
I
star
noticed
was
that.
not in, it was not in any div initially.
Okay.
You understand? They only style it just to increase the maybe height, put padding, then put background generally. You know, with
Okay.
background, you can increase the padding, but it wasn't in any div initially. Even now, it is not in any div.
Oh, thank you
No,
for
you should put
that.
it in div.
Thank
You
you.
should put it
Standalone.
in a div actually, because that's the only way you can give it a background color. You
No,
have
but
Okay.
to
the way you style it, it wasn't in any div.
it has to be
Okay.
a div for it to, because I think he put the style in a div and he gave that div
That's
the
what I want
background
to
We
color.
will
understand.
ask him to show us the HTML when he comes back.
Yeah, you can just
Oh,
show.
Exactly.
I'm back now. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. I think
Yes,
so.
boss. It's
We
better.
are
So
confused about something.
you guys have a question with this star. So the star is the standard tag. I'm not putting any div. I'll put it in the chat. So this
I
is the
think at this
Your
level
voice
it is
is
his
breaking. Is it
microphone.
just me?
Maybe it's your earpiece.
I'm not using earpiece. I'm using I'm just talking from my mouth. Like
Why is it
I
not
can
breaking?
hear
Okay.
you. It's
is it
network.
breaking?
Maybe
I've
it's
seen the issue.
network.
I don't think it's
Okay.
this. My network is fine.
This guy was not in a divo. It's just on his own.
Now, I said I will do now. We waste time for here. Reach 8:30 now. No go finish this thing.
So that's
You
what I'm
guys should just
saying. It was actually the styling that expand the image and put background and everything.
see. Yes, thanks for
Right.
banking with me. Let me finish you guys. All right. Just stay here and just unmute only if you want to. If you have to, not if you have to. So now we are done with the what's the name with this particular card. So we have to like no, we're not done yet. So what's left now? Our hover state. So what we have to do now is come here and put cursor pointer. So this allows your cursor to be like have this pointing behavior. So yes, so it's telling the user is clickable. So we can also make it finer. Then let's say color should be the dark blue, very dark blue. So let's confirm that. So yes, this is nice. This is better. So we can just give it small transition so it doesn't look very, very sharp. So let's do 0.2 seconds to ease it out. So we have this soft transition, like it's not going, it sounds like this soft transition. It's not sharp. So I will increase it so we can see difference. Let me increase it. So if you notice, like it goes in, comes out slowly compared to it wasn't there. So if it's not there, it's just sharp. It's not fun like this. So just do this. So they call micro interaction, just to keep everything nice. So this is it like this. So I think it's okay like this. You also need for like an focus state. So if the user click on the button or on this particular thing, you should have like a focus state. So let's do that. So let's copy this and let's see focus. So focus, and we'll just say the background color should be orange. And it seems the text is white. Let's see. Text is still black. So let's check now. No, it doesn't work. Good, let me confirm why. Seems focus state is not on these items. Oh, let me check something. Focus active. Let's see active. Let me check that. Let me check. So active is the key. So if it's active, meaning if you click on it. So I'm clicking on it now and I'm having the click effect. So yes, we have done that. So let's go back. Let's do small magic here also. So let's do if the user clicks on this or hover on the button, there should be like an effect on it. So let's go to our button. Let's do hover. Let's just transform And let's do scale. So what scale does is it increases the size. So that's 1.05. And let's do active. Let's reduce it down. So let's do active here. So let's do 0.95. So with this, let's put transition here also, so it to be smooth transition. 0.3 seconds is in out. So let's check. So if you notice, if you hover on it, like it goes up. If you click, then it comes down. So you have this clicking effect here. So these are just small tricks to make your design finer and like more pleasing to the eyes. So let's go back to styling our second part now. So we have this part ready. So let's comment it out. Let's comment everything here out. And let's bring in our second part. So it's not hard. Let's go. Let's come here. Yes. So we have this now. Let's check. So what we have to do now is just to arrange this one to make it look like this. So same, we'll be very fast with this because you guys already know what we need to do. So the image everything should be in the middle. Let's confirm that everything should be in the middle. Then we have this particular small text here. So let's go on and do style. So let's see. Yes. So for the main, let's let me think of a way out. I have something in mind and I'm forcing it on work. Let's hold on. Trying to think of something. Okay, so let's put this in a div, and let's see the div is thank you. Let's do this. So I should be able to center this. It's perfect. So I'll just copy this basically. Copy and let me put it. So say display blocks, align items, center, specify content, center, and select direction. Without this column, everything becomes like in a row, like I explained just here. Let's check our design. Everything's in the middle now. So we just need to space them out. So for spacing them out now, let's check our image. So we have this particular small. So this small is going to have like 2 rem top, 2.5 rem bottom. So let's go to our small. So let's say small margin 2 rem, then 0, then 2.5 bottom. Let's see. Yes, it works well. So let's say the color is the orange. var orange dash orange. Let's check. Perfect. So we have like something going on here also. We have this particular like what we have on our star and that those can have it here. So let's illustrate that. So we can just come here and copy of this one. So let's copy this too. Let's copy this too. Let's paste this here. And let's give the padding. Let's say padding 0.5. Then we have border radius. So let's check. So let's put this. Let's see. Our border radius is not working. Okay, border radius, not border radius. So let's see. Yes, but it needs to be bigger because it's bigger here. So let's increase our. Let's do 7 here. Let's see. Yes, to some extent, I think it's okay.
Then border none.
You said
it has a border beneath.
There's a border beneath. I don't think so. It's a shadow it has. That has
No, I'm talking about the one we did.
okay, no, it is a shadow. The shadow is true. I'll use the shadow. The shadow I'm adding here. So I'll just use the shadows. See. You can see the shadow, not the color. Or let me just remove it totally.
Yes, yes.
I'll remove it totally. Let's see. Things better like this. So I just need to increase the size of the smoke. Let's do size. Let's do one area. Let's check it. Yes. So let's compare. Let's compare. Let's see. Selected 4 out of 5. Let's do font width because I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Things look like this. Things look.
Selected.
You said
It was
selected.
selected, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Our thank you has a color of white.
Oh, yes, I'll still go back to that. So thank you is H2. So let's go to H2. Let's do which one? H2. So let's just copy the style. Hold on the phone. So let's do this. And let's paste it here. So yeah, if you notice now, like we're using our style here. You can also come here and just do this H2. Then what should just be here is margin 0. So you are saying that both of them should have this style, but for the margin, everything should be 0 here. So I think that will work. Yeah. So instead of writing this thing 2 times, that is constant. So it's a way of cleaning out your code and making it dry. So there's like a do not repeat yourself rule if you are coding. So that is one rule we follow. Let's check our design. Let's see. Yes, we're almost there. So we just have to do this. So our paragraph here is text analysis. Let's go down. Because we have 2 paragraphs, so we just do this, then text align center. Then we say our color is dark blue, I think. So let's confirm that. No, it's not. Our color is let's see, light gray. Yes, this is our color. So let's confirm. I think there's like a small margin button here. So let's add margin button to this. Let's come back to our H2. Let's see margin 0, 0. Then we have, let's see one area. Not sure. Let's check. Yes, it's okay like this. So with this, we are done with those 2 cards. So let's go to the most important part now, JavaScript. JavaScript is where, so let me comment this
Sorry,
one.
please, I'm coming. I want to just ask you something. Please.
Yeah, go on.
The part that you commented, please comment it out. I want to see how it is.
You should comment it.
Yeah, that part, that first part.
Yeah, this.
Down to the end. No, down to the end. Okay.
Exactly. Do you
Okay.
understand?
Okay. I understand.
So now what we are going to do is we are going to remove one part for the other part. So one must hold the other. So let's start. So let's go back and compare. So we have this. So this is perfect now. So let's go to our JavaScript. This is where the work is. So for our JavaScript now, we need to bring certain things inside our JavaScript. And like I rightly said, I'll put JavaScript here so we can interface with our HTML. So what we need this particular ratings tab. We need the ratings itself. We also need this main. So I'll keep this main. Let's give the main a class of panel. Thank you, the class of panel. So yes. So what we need to do now, we need to bring this. We also need to bring the submit button. Yes. What's trying to something?
I wanted to know, you built the 2 different HTML pages on different HTML file, right?
No, same HTML. It's the same
Okay, I
HTML.
noticed that. Hello?
This is what?
I said I noticed when you when you remove the comments from this thing, it became longer. But we've already designed the other one.
Yes, because if they're on the same HTML now, that's like it's longer. So let's see it again.
I cannot hear you again. It's getting faint.
As you can see now, it's longer, yeah. You can see it's longer, have you?
Yes.
Because the content, both of the content are inside the body of the HTML.
Okay.
That's why it's longer. So just need only one for now. Then substitute it once the user clicks on.
Okay. So, okay. When you were styling this one, you commented the other one. When you were styling the other one, you commented this one, right? Hello.
Yes, I said yes.
Okay, I got it. Don't worry, I understand. Okay, continue.
Now let's bring what we need inside. Let's bring what we need inside our JavaScript. So we need the main. So for the main now, we'll do let's save it in a constant. Let's do const is equals to document dot. So you can use get elements by ID if you want. You can use create selector. Then we're selecting the panel. So you go and find anything that has this panel, the class of the ID of panel. Let's also bring our button. So we have button with submit. So let's say submit. Let's do submit. Is equals to document dot create selector. And let's do the button also. BTN. Mind these are the IDs I used here. So the ID of BTN and the ID of panel. So I'm bringing two of them. Yes. So our next one is rating. Let's bring rating. Now mind you, I'm using one S here. Like there's no S in this rating. So I'll bring in and now okay, let's make this dicey. So I'll put S here and I'll share something to you guys now. So we have document that let's put what's in ratings. So our ratings basically is this one with holding everything here. So now we have rating again. So let's do rating, which is just one. Then let's say document. Something will happen here, but I would we'll debug in the front just for learning purpose. So I'll come here and do rating. So yes, we have this now. So let's do something. So let's confirm that everything we have is working. So let's console log our panel. Let's console log our submits. Let's console log our rating. Let's console log our ratings. Let's see. So let's go back to our console. Let's check. So we have our main panel. We have our rating here, and we have our ratings. But mind you now, there's something's dicey here. We have rating, but it's bringing only one list item. But if you notice, we have 5 items here with ratings, but okay, we're getting only one item. Just I know we've not done anything like that, but who can guess why we have that issue?
Because you're always selecting one. I think you always
Well,
selected.
select
What you do is type document or query selector all. So to select all the ratings,
So
all the
if
classes.
you are dealing with an item that has more than one class name, like the same class name, but that same, like for instance, now we have 5 list items sharing the same class name. So we use query selector all, meaning you should go to our HTML and select all queries with this class name. If you use only one, then it goes and pick the first one it sees. That's why I'm seeing this one. So if I carry this one now, and pick the last page, and I just put, let's say, what happens if you check, we'll be seeing 2, because 2 is the first one. Let's see. Let's move it. Refresh. So you are seeing 2 now because what 2 is the first one holding the list item here. So we have to correct that. Let's bring this back. Okay. So if you check your console now, you are seeing a node list. So this node list now is holding 5 different nodes, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is how, if you notice, our indexing is from 0, just to put it clear to you guys. So this is how to select all items. So since we have our items now in place, we are sure everything is working. We need to start deciphering.
Please log that UL, the UL on. Is it only one thing that will be there, or it will be all of them? Only the UL on.
You
Ratings.
is only this ratings here. So there's only one. There's only one.
Okay, only one that is there. Okay.
It's only one that is here. That's why we have this here. Do you understand? So back to the code now. So we are sure everything is in place. So let's start. So let's think of what we need to do. Because before you start coding, you need to think. It's extremely important that you need to think. So what would mean? What would mean? Let's think of what we need to do. So first off, now we need something to hold the selected item. Because if the user comes on here, let's cancel this and select an item, we need to know what item or which item selects. So we need a variable to hold that item. But since we don't know what the item is going to be, who can tell me the way to do that? As I've always said, we've discussed this over time. If you have to initialize something, you don't know what the value is going to be.
I think you'd have to hold it in an empty string.
Yes, we can also do that. But now, because we are going to assign something to you, let's just do it like this. Let's do selected written. So let's do like this now. You can I'll advise you to do it like this, as opposed the empty string. Do you know why? We're not appending anything to this now. Because when we were using empty string, we had the need to append something to it. So it hold it for us. But now we don't need to append anything to it. Only what we need to do is to assign something to it. So this selected array can only hold one value. It can only hold either of this. So it's not holding this one, then coming to hold this one, coming to hold this one. No, it's holding either any of what the user is. So first things first, let's our selected value, let it hold. So you have to just hold it first. Now this is where everything becomes more spicy. So now let's target our ratings. So let's say rating. For this rating now, we need to do something specific. Ratings, other ratings, not add event listener. So what we are doing now is this add event listener, like I rightly said, is if an event goes on this rating, and there are several kind of events, and I'll show that to us now. So let's quickly just do something. Let me just put this, and let me do this. Just work with me. I don't understand it, but work with me. So this is a function. This is how to write a function. It's called an arrow function in JavaScript. So instead of coming to do function here like this, you can do this, but professionally, you just see them like this. So these are an arrow function, and if as well done what you need to do here. So what I'm saying is that this add event listener takes two parameters. The two parameters taken now is the first parameter is the event that's going to occur. And there are different kind of events here. So we have the click event. The click event simply means, okay, if this event or this particular click happens on this website, what should we do? So let's just do something. I'll put in here, now say click. So let's just do this as a test. So let's go back to our code and let's check our console. So mind you now, our UL, let me so let's use our pesticide. I'll zoom this in. So our UL basically is what is housing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So if I click on this, what I'm expected to see is I see the click event here. Why? Because I've clicked on that UL itself. So this is the UL, and I'm clicking on it. If I keep clicking, then I keep seeing the event. So this click event now is happening because of this click we have. So we have mouse over. Yes. Yes, we have the mouse over event also. So now let's clear this. Let's wait for it to refresh. Now notice if I use my mouse, so but let's put the mouse over and mouse over. Let me confirm the event. Okay, yes. So you notice that there's a click here. I'm not clicking. I'm just like hovering over this. I'm going in, coming out, going in, coming out, going in, coming out. So it reads the event because this is like a mouse event and it's mousing over this particular stuff. So let's check our console now. Let's check our console. You can see that I've hovered over it 159 times. I mean, I can't possibly click that fast. But if I hover on it, then why you can't see it here is because this particular inspect does not allow it. If I go back now and I do this again, I just keep hovering over, hovering over. If I check, see that the number has increased to 203. So there are different events that you can listen for. You can listen for the so I'll drop this on Slack. Events listening or list not JavaScript. So I'll put this on Slack for you guys. So you guys can go over it and look at the various type of events we have. Let's open and see. Let's just open and see. So there are several kind of events. So there's the full screen change. So the full screen change is basically reading how your screen is. So if you minimize your screen or if you adjust your screen size, then it reads it and tells you, okay, this user has done this. There's the mouse up, there's the mouse down, there's the click events. So there are different kind of events. So on your free time, you can just go through this and see the type of event you have. There's the key down event. So you're going to say windows.add event listener. So if the user press the key down is basically the down button. What happens? Do something. Do you understand? So there are various type of events, and with time you would like get used to them. At least the one that are most important. You have the click. Click is one of the most used one. Click or submit. So for this one, we're going to use click because we want to listen to when the user clicks on that particular URL. So now that we confirm that this is working, what do we need to do next now? Now, this is extremely important. We have to check. So if we say, because we are using the events here, we can say if events.target.parent node. Now, this parent node basically is the mother. So URL now is more or less like the mother in this case. So you can say parent node, and I'll console this so see. It's easier if we console. Then you guys will have like idea of what's happening. So let's do this. Let's do and let's check. Let's refresh. I have to click. Let's click and see. Yes. So now this is our parent node. The parent node now is, as you can see, this particular content because it's what is housing the URL. If I'm targeting this LI, then the parent node automatically becomes the rating. But since I'm targeting rating, the parent node becomes what is housing it, which is this. If I'm targeting content, the parent node becomes the what? The main. If I'm targeting main, then the parent node becomes the what? The body. So how the parent node works is takes into cognizance who is housing who. So because we are working on ratings, and ratings is what? The URL. Now the parent node is what automatically becomes the what? The content. So this is what the parent node holds. As you can see, it's telling us everything we have on our HTML. This is everything we have on our HTML, basically. And that's the parent node. So in this parent node now, we say, okay, now that we have the parent node, we need to check if it contains what. So let's go back to let's do this. So yes, if parent node, if this dependent class list dot contains then rating. So what we are saying now is okay, once you get the hold of the parent node, let me check the class list. So class list is all these class lists you are seeing now in between, and check for what? Rating. So it's checking for rating. Okay, once you've clicked now, there's rating in it. If there's rating, then what should we do? This is where we have what we are going to execute. Now, we have to have other functions. Do you understand? And I'll treat that first. Because first off, like I rightly said now, there's the active state and there's the inactive state. Do you understand? And for the active state now, if we need to build, and this is to relation to what we discussed in yesterday's class. If you notice for yesterday's class, what we did was, after doing all those stuff, we added an error state. What the error state basically does is saying, okay, this error state, once it's on, yeah, or once we do our check and the input is empty, add this error state. We also need to have like active state. But I did it here, but just for the click event. So let's go back to our code. Let's minimize this. So if you notice now, if I click on this, it turns on like this orange, what's the name? Orange thing going on. If I leave it, it goes off. If I click on it now, it turns it on, but it goes off. But I need a situation where if I click on it, it stays. But that's when the user knows, okay, I've clicked on this particular instance. So you might hover on it, then click on it, then leave it. I click, I leave, it becomes active when it's clicked. When I leave it, it's inactive. So I need a situation where we need an active state or an active class that does this automatically. So what we'll do now is, let's copy this. And let's remove this. Let's remove this totally self. Let's paste this and say dot active. So what I'm doing now is saying, okay, our URL, there will be an active state. And for that active state, what we need to do now, we need the background color to be what? Orange. Dash orange. So this is the same thing as coming here to say active. Now, if you go back to our code, you notice that, let's refresh, one becomes active. If I come here and move this one, let's move it and let's put it here. What becomes active is 2. So what we need to do now is to control the active state with the click. And that is practically impossible if you are doing it with CSS, because CSS can only do it only when like the click is happening. So if I click on it and hold it, it's supposed to show that orange, we have removed it already. So what happens now is this active state needs to move on what is clicked. Do you understand? So now that we have our state, let me to white. So we've done this, and I mean everything seems perfect now. So let's go back to our app. Now we need to first check if what we are checking now contains rating. Yeah, 2 things need to happen. Do you understand? We need to add active to what is clicked and remove it from the rest, in the sense that, let's say for instance now, I come and press 2 becomes active automatically. If I come to 3 and press 3, what happens is 2 should become inactive and transfer the active class to 3. So for that to happen, it needs to remove that active from here and put it here. Do you understand? So in doing that now, we need a function that removes class. Let's do a function. So let's say function, and let's name it active. Sounds fair. Let's name it active. And let's see. Okay, for this particular remove active now, we are going to use our popular loop. So we are going to go into our ratings. Now remember that for our ratings now, we have what? We have 5. When we console log our rating, we have 5 items coming out. So we need to go inside that 5 items and check which one has the rating. Do you understand? So in doing that now, who can recommend the type of loop to use? Who can recommend type of loop to use? Anybody? Anybody?
The type of what, sir?
The type of loop. Now we need to loop through our items here, our list items. As we saw in our
For
console,
each now, you can
He's
use
showing there
for
already that for each is good.
let's use
Why loop?
it's not for each there, it's not used for each. Army rubber.
can
So let's
use
use
for
our for loop. And for our for loop now, how we instruct ourselves to use. We have our condition and we have the code to execute. Do you understand? Now let's say for that for loop now, let's have our looper. So let's say our looper, which is our looper, is equal to 0. Then so far I is lesser than what? The rating. Rating without an S, remember, because the one with an S is the, what's the name? Is the UL. But the one with the one with an S is the UL, the one without the S is our LI, and our LI is 5 here. So I saying, okay, go on, and if the I is lesser than rating times by length, because we don't know the length particularly. So this thing can be 20, can be 50, can be 100. So this is the same thing we did. It's equivalent to saying, no, we used number the last time, and we say number is equal to what? Number is equal to 10. Basically, that's what we did in our last class. We say const this, and we did this. But now we don't know the ratings. So we have to just use, okay, since we have our node list, we can say rating dot length. So now we have assured that, okay, this is going to return us a number. So the number basically now is what? 5, because we have 5 items here. If eventually it goes to 20 in the future, it becomes 20 here. So long this loops our 5 times, what should happen again? We increase I. So I plus plus, I plus plus. So yes, we have our condition here. Our looper is equal to 0. That looper now, you have to check for the length of our rating, which is 5 in this case. Then for every time you go, you increase our number. So now that we have this now, so let's say our rating, yes, perfect. So we have our rating now, and we're checking the class list. So what happens now is it goes first time into this. It checks it. If it has, what's the name? If it doesn't have rating, it goes to the next one. Then it checks again. If it doesn't have rating, it goes to the next one. This is how it does until it gets to the one that has rating and remove rating. If it doesn't see rating in anything, then it just flow on its own. Do you understand? But we need to have this function down to remove the active state in case the user changes his mind and clicks on B, then go back to click on 2. So after that, now we can come back to our code. Yeah. So let me comment it. Function to remove our rating, to remove active state.
Sir, I want to ask a question.
Okay, ask the question.
I know that, this rating, when you look now, is going to form a node list. It's not, and I know that is it not all the methods that can work on node list. So what I want to know is, since the node list is just like an array, it's not like it's just like an array, not all of them. So this for loop, will it work for this node list? Because I know that it's not all method that works for it. I just want to know.
Yes, it's true. We can test it out. If it doesn't work, then how can see? As we've
You said?
always done. I said it is, to the best of my knowledge, it is. It should work for it. Because
Okay.
basically it becomes an array of list items. And with that, you can basically check, you can basically go in them, like as we explained now in the class. If it doesn't work, then we make a search.
Change it, okay. Just keep trying what will work. Okay.
Yes, not keep trying to work. So we have to find it, basically. So now that we have this in check, let's do our stuff. So we can say, okay, if the parent list contains rating, what do we need to do? We need to call our remove active. We remove it first, yeah, and let's wait for what will happen next. So if the user now asks, let's do e dot as our event dot target dot class lists. Class lists. No, doesn't work that way. Just class list. Then we do just add our active class. So what we've done now basically is saying, okay, oh yeah, they've clicked me. First of all, check if what is clicked has an active state. Yeah. If for instance, now let's assume I clicked 2. 2 is showing our orange sign. I come and click 3. What happens? Oh yeah, check what was clicked to. Is 2 clicked? No, 3 is clicked. Since 3 is clicked now, I don't have to have 2 as our active state again. Let's remove it first, then transfer it to the next active state. That's what we've done here now. So what we did now is basically, okay, if we are in hold or we're in custody of this particular UL, our click item is listening for an event. Once it clicks, it checks if that parent node has like a rating class. This is what that contains rating. So this particular condition now is checking if the class list contains rating. If it does, remove it first. Yeah. After removing it, set it to the one that is clicked. Do you understand? That's what we need to do. Set it to the one that is clicked. So we can say, okay, our selected rating now. Let's set our selected rating. Selected rating to be equal to event dot target.
JavaScript no be benzo.
Inner HTML. Inner HTML. Yes. So what happened now is, okay, our selected rating, we don't know what it is here. It can be anything. It can be 2, it can be 3, it can be 4. We're looking for the value now. Do you understand? And the value is any of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the value of any of this. But we need the value because once the user clicks on this, we need to collect the particular value. Do you understand? And we're saying, okay, once you've removed the class list of active from whatever is active, add it to the currently clicked item. Once you added it here, give me the value for that item. Give me the number for that item and save it here. Do you understand? So, we've done that and we've saved this now. So ideally, what we should have now is, if we click on 5, our selected rating should be 5. If we click on 10, our selected rating should be 10. If we click on that, it should be this. If we click on this, it should be there. Easy peasy. Do you understand? Now, we need to check another thing.
Don't you understand?
I don't understand though.
Don't worry.
No, sir. Yeah, fast. Wait.
I am worried. I am worried. Me, I don't understand.
Chill. Just chill. We'll go over it.
Sir, wait. I noticed you are doing something. When it was input that time, you were using value, but now you are using inner HTML.
Yes, because for input, value entered. Do you understand? So for an input field now, you enter the value, you enter it like this. You understand? But this inner HTML is already holding it. You're not entering the value here. It's what is holding itself.
Okay.
You understand?
I understand that.
No, what's the question she asked? I don't even understand her question.
Okay, what I had said, if you remember when we were doing inputs, when we were filling form, you notice that when we were doing the JavaScript, when we wanted to make it interactive, anytime we were writing the function, they will say e.target.value. Is that saying that the reason why that one is value is because you are the one entering it into your input? It was not there before. The value is like you don't know what's there. Whatever you enter, you now put it inside. But this inner HTML is already in your list. They've already put it there as once. It's just for you to access what is inside. I don't know if I'm making sense. So.
I understand you now.
I have a question.
Okay.
I have a question.
Which question?
Ask
a question.
I've come across inner test contents and inner HTML. Can you use the three of them to change everything?
I didn't hear you clearly. You said? I didn't hear you. You said?
I think he said, I don't know if that's what I heard. There are 3 types of this. You will see one, inner HTML. There's another one called inner test. There's another one called test content. He's asking, what is the difference between them?
Yeah.
I don't know if you asked.
Yes, that's what I asked. I said, can you use the three of them to change them you like? Can you use inner test in place of test content?
Yes, you can, basically, because they more or less do the same thing. Do you understand? They more or less do the same thing. But one is more encompassing than the other. So there's a broader scope to one than other. So in some situations, because I personally have used where I have to use like test content. And test content is maybe I want to change the value now. You can also work here. You can say, okay, you want the inner HTML to this particular value. So from 1 now you can change it to 2 basically, like we did for our class yesterday where we were changing Sasu to Chidima and Chidima to Sasu. You can also do that with test content. It works perfectly with you. You can do. So alternatively, if you don't use inner HTML, you can also use test content. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
So now that we have that going, we also have to run like basic checks. So let's continue now, and let's put that one in front. Let's put it in front. So let's continue. So we have this now. So let's console log selected ratings to be sure that what we are doing is correct. So let's not go far and start saying we have bug in our code. So let's go back to our HTML. So let's clear it's undefined at first because there's no value to it. So let's click and see. Nothing shows an issue there. Okay, it's a bug. Now let's try and find what the issue is. At this point, we have our ratings, yeah, and we are saying if this the target HTML total rating is okay. Good. Let's console log it here. Let's console log. Let's be sure. Yeah. So let's click on it. Click doesn't work. There's an issue somewhere. Let's confirm. There's an issue somewhere because click does not work here. Let's see. Doesn't work. Clear class. We never even do what you want to say one class. We're not in the class now. We have to find. We have an issue now, so we have to find what the issue is. So let's go back to our issue. Let's bring this up. See. So let's come here and check. So let's click and see if we have click. So click is working up. So the problem is here. Problem is if this is this. So let's check what's happening. Let's check what's happening.
Is it that orange color, this thing
Right.
that
It's
it was
supposed to be
showing that you're
active,
looking for?
not waiting. It's supposed to be active, not waiting.
Thank God. That was my question.
It's supposed to be active. Should I have like a class name called yes. I think we have a class name called that.
Sorry, please. What's the parent node? That I understand that, but what's the parent node? I understand that condition, but I just don't understand.
The parent node is the one okay, someone should explain to you. I should be sure that I don't talk to myself since I said something and I said
Okay, you say parent node is
Parents
the one. Okay, continue.
Okay, what I understand by that parent node is that you see this like this this li, it's just like children and parents. Parent node is like parents, then the children inside. Like for instance now, this div called content, this content div is the parent of h1, parent of p, parent of ul. Then the h1, p and ul, they are all children of that content. That's what I understand though. I don't know if anybody can explain it better.
Exactly. You're right. That's it.
Okay, I
You're
understand.
right.
I understand. Thank you.
So let's go back to debugging. So we have this. We're trying to check if the parent node contains a class list of rating. Let's confirm first. Let's confirm what the issue is. I'm trying to figure out what the issue is. Everything has written here. All right, yeah. So it should work. Might be wrong. One might be wrong. Let's try again. Hmm. Yeah, now let's debug something now.
I said I have a suggestion, but I don't know whether it will work.
Yeah, sure.
Let's say that your Redux targets your parent class list. Can we add Redux target your parent node dot style equals to
Let's
three
let's
attributes
let's
that you
let's
have?
let's remove this parent and see. Let me check. Let's see. Your target contains this. Let's move it and see if the parent node is the issue. Okay. Yes. I think the parent node was the issue. Because now this works now. So this particular block of code work without the parent node. So it seems we have to have two checks. Yeah. So the two checks we'll be having now, we have to include the parent node and also this particular class list. So hold on, let me duplicate this. No. Yes. So let's put our class list back here, and I'll explain my thought process. Parent node, sorry. Yes. Class list. So we have two checks, two if checks basically. And I think, okay, let's check for one situation on our first scenario. Our first scenario checking is if the parents, we are practically doing the same thing on both instances, but we need to extend our check in case. So one is like a fallback to the other. Do you understand? So for this instance now, if our parent node, because when we consider our parent node, it brought us down to our content, which is holding everything else. So if like anything outside is also having the ratings tab, then do this. So this is like a more encompassing check. Then this is the more secluded one. It's okay. Let's focus on what? Only this particular one. So I'll show us. So let's consider this. Let's consider this and see what's on the control. I'll just do e targets dot class lists. E target dollar. Let's just do e target there. And I'll also do this. Now let's go back. There's an error here. Yes. So let's go back to our console. So let's clear and let's try and click. So if I click now, I have what I clicked. If you notice now, if I click on 2, I have the item, the particular node I clicked. If I click on 3, I have that particular item I clicked. So this is coming from line 18, which is this particular line. So first off, this particular check is checking for rating outside this UL. Then the second check now is checking for rating inside this UL. Do you understand? So if peradventure now we have a case where there are ratings outside, then it checks if the parent node, because if we consider parent node now, what we're having is, let me see if it's true on the console. The parent node. Let me bring it outside. So let's click again and let's observe. If I click now, we have the content basically. And the contents coming from line 11, which is this. It's telling us that, okay, this particular instance is what? Everything inside A and that issue. Just hold on. This is let's go on the 1 minute break. Let me try and put on the.
Oh God, thank you for this 1 minute break. I bet who wants to talk?
No, see, what if they confuse me, say, if he put that parent node, say that target, anything where you click, that be the target. And if you click any part of the parent node, maybe you click not even any of the list, you just click only just in the middle like this, outside. That is between the 1 and the 2. Any space in between, that thing go still check. I don't know if I'm making sense.
No.
And then, see, the thing the way they there be say,
like it will not restrict the running within the child only. It will still go outside, right? Was that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is,
this JavaScript.
Hey, hello.
Where you there for your understanding? More we start from there so that we will feel
Okay, welcome back, sir.
Yes.
From the commercial break.
Start from the event listener. I think
yes.
From there.
I know event listener. Let's hold on. Let's first get to
what's the logic of what we are trying to do?
Just hold
How
on,
can
hold
we
on.
get to the other destination when
Hold
we
on
haven't
now.
understood the
Hey,
first?
Chineke, you guys should hold on. Let's attend to one first before we go to the other. Do you understand? Everything is step by step. Do you feel me? Just guys, just chill. We'll go right again from top to bottom. Do you understand? But for now, yeah, let's make sure that what we're trying to achieve is achievable. Now we've solved an issue. Our first issue was that we weren't able to get what is it? We were able to get our item being clicked, yeah, and thank God for check. Now we're able to confirm that okay, yes, if we click on what's the name? Let's see. So if we click on one, we get the particular item holding one. If we click on two, we get the particular item holding two. If we click on three, we get that particular item holding three. Click on four, do that. So now we've solved one issue. Do you understand? What's the next issue to solve now is that we need that particular item or that particular inner HTML. So let's go back and do inner HTML here. Let's see inner HTML.
Please, my question is, it's true that you solved the issue, but we, who the student, don't know how you did it. We don't understand the method. I say we don't understand the method.
You don't understand the method.
I say you should come again, explain it again.
I can explain it again. Okay, I'll do that. Don't worry. There's no issue. That's why we're here. I'll do that for you guys. So basically, let's go from the top. Let's go from the top again. So we have these ratings. And ratings basically is our UL. These are ratings. And ratings is the mother to these 5 items. And these 5 items is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have a mission. The mission now is to check relatively what happens inside the ratings. Okay, I think this was confusing you guys. Let me do it. So basically now we have these ratings and we need a way to check what item is clicked. Do you understand? So we're adding an event listener to it, and the event listener is the click event. Now, various types of events, we have the click events, we have the mouse over, the mouse on, we have the submit event. There are different kinds of events basically. But for this particular one, we're looking at the click event. And after the click event, there's what they call the event itself, which is this E here. So you can put event here, or you can put just E. Do you understand? It goes both ways. So these events now that you're adding here collect all the activities after clicking. So once you click on this rating now, it collects the rating itself and hold. So with that ratings now, you can access different properties on it. Do you understand? So the first thing we need to check now is, okay, if what we have clicked contains rating, we need to do something. Do you understand? Another thing we need to do is, first off here, check, okay, I'll explain why this is here. I don't want to go furthermore. I'll explain why this is here. So first off here, check, okay, if this particular item is clicked, let's check if it has the tag rating. It has, it contains, it's quite all right here. So give me what it contains. Do you understand? Now, on the outer notes, do you get? So let's come out to our code now. And let's say I click on 2. If you notice now, 2 is being held here as our active state because it's 2 what we clicked. If we click on 3, what happens is that it leaves 2 and comes to 3. If I click on 4, it leaves 3 and comes to 4. If I click on 5, it leaves 4 and comes to 5. Now, this is possible because what we are removing the active state as per the current state being clicked. So if I come and click 2, what should happen ideally is that this 5 should no longer be active. You should take away the activity or the active state and add it to 2. Do you understand? Now, to make this achievable, we have a function already that does that. So this function now, its own work is to what? Remove active state. That is its own work. Anywhere I see active state, you remove it. It does not have any work than that. Do you understand? The own work is, if you see active state anywhere, remove it. That is work. But to do that, we need to play it on 2 scenarios. First, we need to first remove it as this click is going on now. Remove it first. That split second of that click going on, we need to remove all the active states first. no active state should be present. It's only when the user has clicked on the item. So that instance of that switch here is what we are trying to capture here. So we are saying, okay, check the current node, yeah, check the parent node, and check the class list. Do you understand? Now remove it. What you are going to do now is the current item being clicked, yeah, I want you to what? Add it there now after removing it. So this first tag, this was really let's explain this now. I'll add it down. Now this first tag now is what? Okay, I've removed the active state. I don't want any item to be active now. After I've removed it, now give me that one that I clicked. Do you understand? Give me that particular one that I clicked. Give it to me. I want it. That's what I'm doing here now. So after console logging this, because if you console log, go back to our console now. Let's refresh. Note, if I click on one, what do we see? We see one here. Let me move the inner HTML so it's clear. If I click on one now, what do we see? We see that list item holding the one. And note, it's holding that what? Active state. If I click on two now, what's happening now? It's removing the active state from one already, and it's putting it in what? Two. If I click on three, what's happening? It's removing it from two and putting it on three. Now, this is what the active state is all about. We are removing it from the item initially. We are removing everything first. So we are starting on an empty slate. For that particular item being clicked, what do I want? I want it to hold it. That's what this line is doing now. So I'm taking that particular item being clicked, which is the target, and I'm going to the class list and add active. And what does active do? Active basically changes the color to orange and the text to white. That's what active does. Do you understand? So if I remove this now and come, this is our play. So if user come here and press 2, what happens? It becomes 2. If you come here and press 3, it becomes 3. If you come here and press 4, it becomes 4. If you come here and press 5, it becomes 5. Now, this line has been set or is now perfect. After that, now, what I want you to do for me is that.
Sorry, I wanted to ask something. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, ask a question.
Okay. This thing we are doing with the active now.
Yes.
We can achieve it with CSS, no?
Okay, go on.
Like with the over effect.
Over effect is different.
If you over on those buttons.
Yes.
We could just give the color that we
Yes.
want to over on these buttons. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
On CSS.
Yes. Are you done?
Yeah. I'm asking. I know we can do it. Can we?
This particular effect is from CSS. This is it here.
What do you say?
That particular effect is from CSS. Let's go back to our. See, this is it here. So if I change this now to red, let's change it to red. So I'm saying, okay, go on to our over on our list item. If you over on it, change to red. So if I come back here, you can see it's red I showing. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I'm achieving the over effect with our CSS, not the JavaScript. So back to our JavaScript now. So I'm saying, okay, once you get this particular item now and add the active, I need the value of that item itself. And that value is targeting it with what in HTML. So we can say, okay, once you click on one, give me one. So let's clear this. Let me adjust this back to what's in HTML. I come here, I say, okay, I click on one. What do I need? Give me one. I click on two. What do I need? Give me two. If I click on 4, give me 4. Now, the dash is because we need this value to be able to impute it when we switch our card. So when you press submit now, what we need to do is, okay, we say, as you submit now, this our 4 is now holding. So if you click on 4 and you submit, what will happen is that you say, okay, you selected 4 out of 5. If you click on 2, you say you selected 2 out of 5. That's why we have this particular line of code here, this one. Is there any questions as regards this? Is there any questions as regards that?
I really don't get it clear. I think the logic behind what we are doing It's not really clear to me. And then maybe it's because this JavaScript is not a familiar ground yet, too familiar ground yet. Maybe
No,
just
no, because of time. Because it's 41 minutes.
Adama.
But no,
I'm telling you, to
tomorrow's
me, I'm not with you guys. I can't understand this thing.
class here would just do question and answer. Do you understand? So you guys will ask questions on project we did so far.
one way I understand well is, especially now, if you are, take for instance, if you are explaining line by line, and then how it relates to what we are looking for, the functioning of each of those things line by line. Now you put e.target dot class list.
Hold on, let me put this clear now. So
Adama.
we have remove active here. What remove active does is to remove the active state from our list item. What this particular line does is anything that is clicked, add active state to it. Then once it's been
You are
clicked,
not understanding me. I'm not telling you to explain each line of statement here. I'm talking about each keyword that we are seeing here, each keyword that existed on each line of code. What is their usability, or what are they interpreting? What do they stand for? What do they represent? Interpretation, and then how they connect to form the function that line of code is doing is what I'm finding difficult to understand here right now. I don't know if I'm expressive enough for you to know where all the states I am.
What ratings is, what events listener is, what click is, what event is, what this does. Then I should explain what this does.
Yes, sir. I think Adama is making sense, sir. With what he said, I think we can be able to understand better.
I'm trying to get you guys correctly now. So I should explain every keyword in this script here.
And how they interrelate. Take for instance now. You say,
is that what you're trying to imply?
You say
I think Adama, I think I understand what you are saying, but I think everything has to come with like research. I think there's no way you can explain, like there are some things that you would not understand till you go out there yourself to like make research. And
so how then can we follow this class if he doesn't?
No, like you'll be able to follow the class, but I don't know how to explain.
I agree 100% with that. Personal research.
Everything that is doing now, I have done I've done it before. That's why I can understand.
Exactly.
Yeah, come on, just chill. Meet your mind. Don't meet your mind. Hold on. Yeah. This thing is easy. Do you understand? I'm not expecting you to get it at once. And it's totally understand if you're asking questions. It's impossible to get at once. Do you understand? Yeah. That's why I was keen on building projects with you guys. Yesterday's project, we did something similar to this. And we used this particular add active and active. I'm so sure we did this particular. And in that process, I explained this particular line of code bit by bit. I said there's add, there's remove, there's toggle. I showed you guys here. And I'm doing it again today. If I do it tomorrow and next tomorrow, by chance it will stick. I myself, I didn't get it at first go. I didn't get it at second go or a third go. I had to like go over it again. I'm not saying that I'll not explain what any line or what each line does now. This event, this target, this class, this contains. I can explain it to you guys here. But if I explain it 1 million times to you, if you don't go out there and try to do it yourself or try to press it yourself and say, okay, if I do this, what happens? This is what happens. You see how be asking the same question. Do you understand? And I'll go over this one more time. Now, the ratings here basically is coming from these ratings. And the ratings is our UL holding all these numbers that we're supposed to click on. We added an event listener to it. And as I explained, an event listener is an event that occurs on our DOM. The event varies from clicking to mouse over, mouse on, keyboard press. There are different kinds of events. But for this particular case now, we are listening for the click event. And this is why I'm putting click here. And I illustrated that I changed this one to mouse over. And I'll show you guys that I was moving my mouse, it was counting. But now we just want to use click. So anytime I come here and I click, something happens. And now what happens now is being registered in this event. Do you understand? So as I click now and it registers that click, it stores it in this event. This particular block of code is a function. I'm saying, okay, once the user clicks, so I want you to do this. Now, that event that has occurred, help me hold it. Do you understand? As it's holding it now, what do? We need a condition. I'm saying if I've explained the if check severally, I explain if, I explain switch, I explain what they do. So I said, okay, if now this particular rating that we've clicked to, if that rating has a class list of targets, and I went ahead, so let me console log it again. So I said console log e.target dot, let's do e.target alone. So e.target now, let's check our console and see. So let's do this. Let's pop our console open. And notice here it's blank, everywhere is blank here. But immediately I click on 3. What do we have? We have this particular HTML list item on our console because the event has given us this particular target. That target is what is clicked, what is being targeted. I click on 4, I've targeted it. I click on 5, I've targeted it. I click on 1, I've targeted. So I say, okay, as you've targeted it now, check if the class list contains rating. So if I come here now and I let's put Li, and let's put class name. Let's put Adama. Let's put 6. Now we have a different class name called what? Adama. And the only check I'm checking here is what? For rating. So let's go back and click on Adama. So I click on Adama now. What happens? We don't have that orange. So I'm clicking on Adama now. We don't have that orange. If I click on 5, we are seeing orange. We are seeing orange. If I click on Adama now, I'm not seeing orange. Why? Because I'm not making provisions for Adama here. I'm only checking if it contains what? Rating. Do you understand? So that's what this does. This goes into all this and check for the keyword rating. Once it sees it, it holds it and what? If I click on any one, it returns the one I clicked. That's the use of this target. Now, once it's clicked, what do I need? I need to check it. Now let's go back to our console. Let me remove this line. Let me remove this line. So if I go back to our console now and I click on 3, what happened? I'm seeing Li class rating, then I'm seeing 3. I'm seeing the closing tag now. I'm saying, okay, after you get this, help me add the active state to it. That's what this line does. So take the target, take the class list and add what? Active state. I can say remove active state if I want to. I can say toggle active state. There are different item properties you can use to this class list. But now what we need to do is to what? Add the active state. So I'm coming here and say, okay, once the user clicks on a particular number here, add the active state, and this is happening. This is active state. If you go to your CSS, this is where you're adding the active state to. As you can see, active states here. These are active states here. I say, okay, take the active state and add it to this. After you've added it, what I need you to do now is to give me the number of what was clicked. That is this e.target.innerHTML. InnerHTML now returns the value itself. So as we have, if I click this now, we have what? 3. 3 here is now the innerHTML. I'm saying, okay, as you click this, give me the innerHTML. Once you give me that innerHTML, make it what? Our selected rate. If you want to after this one now, then I might have to come to your house and sit you down. This will be, then we'll sort it out. Do you understand or not? I think I've tried my best explaining.
I understand this one that you said. Then
now you then ask question. Kilo dinner.
Yeah, I used to leave there by 5. By
yes,
7.
sir, please, just go on, sir, go on.
So basically, done.
I have a question. If you notice from that code that you explained, when he got to this, when he clicked on that e-target, now you have clicked on 1. When he got to line 13, he did not remove the active since it's not there. He jumped that line. Abi?
It does not remove it.
It does not remove the active now, since there was nothing there before, Abi? Trying to understand.
If it's blank, then it does not, there's no active state now. So for instance now, what is active here? What number is active here?
3.
So let's come back and put 5 here. What do you want to happen?
It has moved from 3 and went to 5.
Why do you think it happened?
Okay, based on what you have been explaining since, so I think that you remove the active state from that active class from 3 and now put it in 5. Abi?
Yeah, very correct. So if let's practical. Let me comment on out now and let's leave the. So I'm not moving active state now. So let's tell what happens. So now we have 1. I click on 1. 1 is active. If I come and click on 3, what do you notice? This is also active. If I click on 5, 5 is active. If I click on 2.
Okay.
So you can see what the active state is doing. It's making sure that there can be only one active state. Because what? It first of all remove all the active states. After user clicks now, it now adds it. So if I want to click now, the first thing that happens is that first I remove the states first. What I'm not clicking will now hold the active states. Do you understand?
I understand.
Hey, Chineke. Yeah, now let's continue. So for now,
and that means someone cannot click 2 buttons twice here.
You say anything? Go on. I can hear you.
I'm trying to say that means someone cannot click the same button twice.
If you click on the same button twice, what happens is that same button is the active state now. Because as it stands now, if I click on 3 is still the active state. It's only when you click on that value, it checks if that value you clicked on is holding the active state. Do you understand? So if it's holding the active state now, there's no need to remove it now because it's what's supposed to hold it.
Okay, yes.
Huh. So what the next thing to do now is, since we have our value, what we need to do now is, after a user press submit, what needs to happen is this needs to disappear, and what we need to see now is the thank you message. True or false? True or false?
Okay, go on, sir, go on.
Now we need a teach on the tire. So now the next thing to do now, we need to target our submit. So our submit button, target it, and we'll say we add an event listener to it. The event listener we're adding to it now is the click also. We're adding the click event. For that click event now, I'm saying, okay, I need you to give me what? This is a function. It's a click event and it's a function. For that function now, I need an event. Once you click on that event, let's name it E. It can be anything, it can be Adama, it can be anything. But because of the word event, they either use event here or we use E. So E stands for event also. So once you do that, you can come here and say, okay, what we need to do now is we need to change something. And that thing is, we don't want to see anything we have seen here before. We don't see it again. What we need to see now is what? Our thank you message. And how can we do that? Is to target our panel. Our panel is the main holding this item. I want to change the word inner HTML. So it's easy. Just say panel dot inner HTML. Then our panel inner HTML is equals to what? Now let's go and copy this particular code here. So let's comment this one out. And let's cut it out. Cut it, paste it. Now we've embedded our HTML in our JavaScript. And this is where the magic happens now. Remember, this you selected needs to be the selected grid. So in order to do that now, you just need to come here and say selected grid. So this immediately holds the value for selected grid. With this now, you can say you have finished. So once user press submit and clicks, what should happen is that the event itself should drill down and change our panel .inner HTML to this. So what happens is this particularly disappears and this comes on board. But for the fact that you started this already, everything should be perfect. So let's save and let's go and test it out. What help us all. So let's refresh. And let's choose. So let's rate me so far so good. How have I done? Give us a rating. How has my service so far so good?
I will give you 5.
Honestly, 9/10.
5. Thank you for giving me 5.
9. Oh, you really tried.
Let's speak on something.
100/10.
I'll give you 6/5. Just that I never understand.
Let's press submit and see what happens. Perfect. Now we have our what? 5/5 here. Let's refresh and let's say Adam wants to give me 1/5 because he does not like the way I teach. So let's click on 1 here and let's press submit. What do you notice now? We have what? 1/5. So practically now we are collecting the value from this particular field here. Any value we have, we are collecting it. Let's do 10. Let's come back. We can see 2 over. So if you refresh and let's do 4, let's click. You can see the 4/5. So this is how JavaScript interacts with CSS and HTML. If you have any question, I know you have questions. Definitely you have questions.
I have a question, please.
What will happen is, why is the active remove active all before adding active? Because you have to remove it first before you add. Do you understand? If you don't remove it, then it's redundant. Do you get? So before you add another active state now, you have to first clear everything not to be active before you add another active. So if I put this one here now, let's imagine I put this one here. What happens is now, if I come and press 4, you will notice that the active will not remove it first. It will first and come. Let's practicalize it. Everything is practical. If you have any questions here, try and practicalize these things first. So let's you say, why are we putting it first? So let's put it last now. Let's go back to our code. So let's do what happen. If I come and press 1 here, what is happening? What is happening? What happens? Our active is not showing. Why? Practically because all the activities are supposed to show, PAM is moving out. It's not active. So first off, you have to first remove active state first before adding. That's the most important thing. You have to remove it first. After removing, then you can say, okay, what I've clicked now, move it. But if I do this now, it removes it at last. So even though it adds, you might not even know. Let's go to our console now. Let me see if it will show. So let's do this. Let's go to inspect. You guys should take note. Look at this particular ratings now. Look at it very, very. Just focus on this one. So I'll go and press 1 now. What do you notice? The one I'm pressing is trying to change, but it can't change. Do you know why? Because as I'm pressing the 1, I'm removing it. I'm removing the active state. Once he wants to add it, he come out and say, for where? Because why? I'm adding it lastly. So what you have to do is you have to remove it first before you add. As I'm removing it now, and I press 1, what happens? He adds it conveniently. Easy peasy. You guys will break my back. Any more questions?
I want to ask you something.
Why did you put the remove active function underneath the code before using it inside the block?
I didn't get you. Say what? Come again.
Why did you have to write the function for the remove active under before using the function inside the block on top of that function?
Somebody answer this question. I've answered this question before. Can somebody tell me the answer to this question? I've answered this question before.
What I understand is that this function, what it only does is just to remove the active state. So when you put it in that place, you are just calling it. You're just calling it.
Because it's asking now, why is it down here? Why is it not up? Why is it down? I've answered this question before. So now let's say I change this to. Let me duplicate this. Just hold on. Let me duplicate this. If you guys remember now, and let's change this to a const. So let's say const, and let's do this. It equals to this. Now, I mean, they are both functions, true or false, but this will return an error. Why? Because what? Let's try it out. So if I clear it out and I click, it's supposed to give me an error because initializing. Okay, constant. Ideally, for the fact that we are using this particular const here before initializing, yeah, is the reason. Let me find a plain way to put it. When we discuss hoisting, what do I say? I said hoisting enables functions to go on top of the JavaScript code. Do you understand? So if you have a function, basically, that does something, it goes on top of the JavaScript code. So once you're using it, yeah, what happens is automatically it reads it first. We discussed hoisting in JavaScript, if you guys remember. And there are instances where you try to call a variable, and it was telling us that we have not initialized it before calling. So we initialize before calling. So if, for instance, now I come and say, let's say, const number is equals to 10. If I come up here and say const log number, we have an error. The error is that we have done this before calling this. Let's check. Cannot access number before initialization. So why we put this down here basically is that because hoisting occurs automatically and it's easier with functions. Do you understand? So if I put your functions down, you can still put it up. There's no harm in it because it still is from top to bottom. But if you are doing this, preferably, yeah, use your function key because function support hoisting. And with this function now, once this code runs, it runs this one on top. So anything above it still has access to it regardless of the position. So you can put this one up, no harm. You can put it down, no harm, because of hoisting. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes. Please, can you give us tips on how to understand some of these concepts in JavaScript? Because I understand that, like, you can understand concepts, you can, do our research and read, but to know, to actually know what exactly to do when we want to actually start our JavaScript is something that I have I have an issue with. Like, for instance, now when you wanted to start, what we actually wanted to do was to look for a way to get the numbers that the user will be clicking. How were you able to think to the point that you now like settled to use the method I used for the code in JavaScript?
Basically, and this is the honest truth. This is just the honest. This is me being honest with you guys. Do you understand? None of these things do we practically know from day one. Everything you see I'm doing here or I'm doing basically is as a result of me constantly practicing. Then if I show you my repository, let me just show you my. You can see 223 repository. What this means is that I've worked on 223 projects that you can see, because I have some, okay, these are everything said because my private repos are also active here. I've worked on 223 projects and I've had to use JavaScript, React, whatnot, and then I don't want to go far. But baseline is here. Baseline is for you to get conversant with this stuff, you have to work it. You have to practice it. You have to do it. Like you have to do it because it's like your muscle memory. Yeah. If, for instance, now I come and I just do this, and as you see it, you just go away. If you don't practice it tomorrow and next tomorrow, and you automatically forget. And that's how life is. Do you understand? But for you to know what works and what does not work, and because if you notice now, if I'm doing something, I'll say, okay, personally, because I have my own style of doing some stuff. People also have their own style. Like someone was mentioning text content. Perfectly, text content works here. You can as well use inner HTML instead and use text content. You still get the same result. But what I've found most comfortable for me is using inner HTML. And that's why if I'm working, I use inner HTML. For you to get to that level, you have to continue to work, make mistake. And that's why the hardest thing to do is to code live. But coding live is extremely hard because everybody can see my flaws, everybody can see my mistake. I get to a point that does this guy even know what he's doing? Because I remember we had an issue with our calculator app when I was trying to do the backspace. I had to start going back, forth, and that's how coding is naturally. Yeah, you can't know everything, but for every error you make or for every mistake you see on the console, there's a solution in the net. Do you understand? So just keep working, keep practicing. If you have any question, there's even ChatGPT now. It makes it very easy for anybody. But I'm not advising taking that route. Go to MDN docs, go to I read. It's not matter of that. I go on docs and read docs. I go on just to read and understand concepts. Do you understand? I once built an extension app, like extension you are seeing here now. this particular extension you are seeing, we had a time that we had to build an extension. I knew nothing about extension building. I knew nothing. That was my first time of building an extension. And so for a project, if you're familiar with HNG, we have to do it in HNG. But you have to go and make research. We did the project and we passed based on the fact that we made research. So for you to be that good or to know what to do at a point in time, you have to read, you have to watch videos, you have to practice, you have to practice, and you have to practice. It's essential you practice. It's extremely essential. You can watch all the videos in this life and you still don't know anything. It happened to me. I finished Angelina Yu course on Udemy. I finished it with basic confidence that yes, I'm good. But I didn't do anything to put those skills in use, and I was a complete flop. But the moment I started building projects, I started doing stuff. I showed you guys my tab on the Frontend Mentors. Like if you go to their
like you've done everything.
you'll see my name there.
Bro,
and most of the projects
your
that
GitHub is endowed.
I press laptop steady. Start steady pressing. So the thing is press laptop, press it very well. Press out. That's it.
Okay. I want to say something about practicing, like, because concerning that Angela Yu course, I'm actually currently like taking a course right now. But when it comes to like practicing, like you said, is it okay to watch videos and then like build while watching those videos? Like I can go on YouTube now, look for this project, and then understand the concept, and while I'm watching it, I'm also like typing on my own end, building.
One of the best ways to learn. Do you understand? And that's how I got. That's one of the best ways to learn. You practice alone. Now, let's say for instance now, and I intentionally did what I did. Do you understand? I can come and say, okay, now that there's no active item here. Do you guys know there's no active item here? If I press submit, I still see this card, but I'm seeing what's undefined here. I can tell you guys, okay, what I want you guys to do is to improve this code. Do you understand? I want it that if the user does not click on any item here, alert the user that kindly click on an item. This is just the project, basically. We've completed the project now, because what we need us to do is that if we do this and we do this, this will happen, and it happens. But if you are building a project, look for scope to it. Look to add more things to it. In that way, you improve yourself. Because if I say, okay, you guys should now come and let's do this now, I want you guys as an assignment, make it impossible for the user to click on this button unless an active item. You guys will have to go further to make research. In that case, you guys will learn new things. Do you understand? So that's another way to learn. Try and improve on what you already know. Try and be better. That's just it. Just keep reading. You can't do it at once. That's the perfect truth. You can't do it at even everything I don't do like this now. Like everything I've done here now. If you camp me, say Abdul, let's start again. I'll cry. Do you understand? Especially with JavaScript. I'm more comfortable with React, but vanilla JavaScript like this, I will cry. Just these are the basics. Like these are the basics. Do you understand? There are concepts that are extremely harder than this. Like when I say extremely harder than this. Do you understand? But regardless, you still have to do it because it's a prerequisite in web development. You have to know this stuff. You have to know this stuff. And how to know it is you have to read, you have to watch videos. Everything you need to know now. Let's just go on MDA docs. Let's do JavaScript. I share this website to you. I don't know if you guys browse this website. If you go here now, everything you need to know on objects, on data types, on anything you need to know is here. Read. If you go on MDN docs also, MDN docs. Everything you need to know. If I come here and do complete.
Please, that person was it JavaScript.info?
JavaScript.info.
Okay.
Everything you need to know is here. Just make time. Okay, I want to read. I want to understand how it works. As you're reading, practice along. If they type 1 + 2 + 3 + 4, come to your VS Code and type 1 + 2 + 3 + 4. Then come back and type 1 + Y + Z and X and see what happens. Do you understand? With that, now you'll be familiar with some errors. Because if I see some errors on the console, then I know what, okay, do this or do that. If I see something, okay, do this and do that. So you have to encounter errors to learn how to fix them. And learn how to fix them will make you stronger. Thanks for banking with us.
I have a question to ask finally.
You
You say we should increase our scope now. That's why I'm asking you. I want to ask this question. You said that, take for instance now, this our rating is 1 to 5, and then you select one. There are some kind of rating that sometimes you will see that they are only in stars and they are going to be 5 stars. So when you click on 3, star 1, star 2, and star 3 will be selected. When you click on 4, star 1, star 2, star 3, star 4 will be selected like that. Also, when you click on 5, 4 stars. And when you click on 1, only like that, like that. So in that case, if it were to be in that one wants to go that way, is it going to be the same route?
Wow, this is dicey. You understand? So you can practically also do the same route. Tickets. Now, what you will do now is, if for instance, and let's say for your star, you are starting your star with an active state. Okay, let's put a div. Let me uncomment 2 of this, and let me put a div. And let's just say cycle. Cycle. And for this cycle now, let's go to our CSS and put so let's say cycle, and let's do background color.
You are not sharing screen again. I hope you know.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sharing screen. Oh, sorry. Let me share my screen. Share screen. Share screen. So you guys can see my screen now. Yeah. So I commented this stuff out and I put in cycle here.
It never show. It's still sharing. Okay, it has come.
So I commented this ones out and I put in cycle here. For that cycle, I'm putting, let's say, it's 3 area, height 3 area. So I'm using this cycle as like a baseline. Do you understand? Just a baseline. So let's go back to our code now. Yes. So we have the cycle now. So let's imagine on first instance, this our cycle is transparent. It's there, but you can't see anything. It's transparent. So if I on my, you can see that it's there, but you can't see anything. So let's assume that this is the star. So the star has like, let's put the border to it. So it's more obvious. Let's put border. Let's put 1+2. Let's put, and let's put solid. So let's assume now this one becomes our star before it's filled. And we have 3 of this. I'm not trying to give you guys a scope. Let me comment this 2 out. This one. Now we have 3 of this now. And I want it possible that if I click on this second one, 1 and 2 should get the red color. If I click on this third one, 1, 2, 3 should have all of the color. This is quite easy in the sense that we can as well bury our text here. So that's what they call attributes. So you can use data set here. Data set. And the data set can hold a value of, let's say, 2. You can target the data set in your JavaScript, then use the value. Do you understand? So you can say, okay, this is our data set here of 2 or of 1. Let's put this one 2. 1. Let's put this one. Let's come here and put data set. And let's say 2. Let's put data set. And let's say 3. Now it's not visible on our HTML. We don't have any 1, 2, 3 here, as you can see. But you can access these numbers in your JavaScript. Yeah. Then you can tell that, okay, if the user clicks on 3, any number below 3 should have the class background color of blue or of red. So let's assume I click on 3 now. I can change this background color from transparent to red. So if I click on 2 now, I say, okay, this is what I clicked on. 1 and 2 should have red. If I click on 3, 1, 2, and 3 should have red. If I click on only 1, anything that is not like under 1 should have that red. So if I have like minus, if you have 0 and minus 1, minus 2, and there, everything should have be red. So this is like an instance of what you can do with that star. So if you have an empty star and you click on, let's say, the 4th star, the ones below it or the ones under it should have a particular color. I'm not trying to particularize it with you guys, like based on the idea. So this kind of things is possible if you actually make research. Or you want to ask me questions? Any more questions before I go? Is Sasu here? Because Sasu said she wanted to see JavaScript. She's not here. I've overstayed my welcome, so I'll see you guys most likely tomorrow. Then we'll discuss more on JavaScript.
Adama,
Thank you, Abdul. I appreciate this section.
Thank you, sir. Adama, are you there?
I'm here. Thank you, sir.
What's up now? Your voice is somehow dull. What's wrong?
You understand when you
JavaScript don't beat Adama.
You know, I was actually saying yesterday that we need like 6 months.